Uzin, and of course Sakamoto.
Oh, absolutely. As we move into the draft, and Baksha is out of the menu. You were speaking about it behind the scenes, and they were saying, oh, Baksha will not be slipping through his, I believe, 100% ban rate or pick rate. So super contested pick, as he will be banned away together with Jason Shin. As we are moving into other drafts, into other bans, I mean. And the question is, what else you think is that troublesome that you want it away?
So there's a little bit of history behind this, folks. All right. So let's take a sit back, grab your popcorn, because I'm gonna take you through a history lesson. Because right now, Rain versus Memento Mori. Yes, Baksha being the first ban, we know he's in the meta. We know he's flexible. Can be slotted into 3 different roles: the jungle, the roam position, as well as the EXP. And that is something that Rain do not like. Specifically, Joshi. He does not like going against the Baksha. Absolutely in the jungle, gets decimated, does not like this Baksha whatsoever. So that is a priority ban coming on from their side. No matter which side they are, in blue or red, they do not want this Baksha. And this is some information that Memento Mori can use against them. But on the other side, however, Memento Mori banning out the Yi Sun-shin proves that Joshi is an absolute menace on this one pick. He has been 100% win rate whenever they pick up this Yi Sun-shin. He has not lost a single time when he's been playing this Yi Sun-shin, not even during the qualifiers as well. So if I'm not wrong, might be a slight bit here and there, but definitely one of the picks that they do not want to contest. And again, coming to the side of Rain, their second ban, the Farsa, another hero that has 100% pick or ban rate. These two heroes, Baksha as well as the Farsa, 100% pick or ban, and do not want to be slipped through by Rain. They do not want to deal with it whatsoever. But on the other side, Uranus is the one that's next after 100%, 96%. He did he's a hero that you do not want. Warren's favorite hero, and they do not want to show it.
Oh, absolutely. He will be banned out, at least for this game. We will see if he will slip through later, because it's a BO5. 5 games can happen. We will see if they happen. That's a big if. Because some predictions could be saying that, oh, it will be a 3-0, but someone else could be saying, oh, it will be a 3-1. But I strongly believe that since paper-wise, Memento Mori should be stronger team compared to Ake, at least the way they proceeded through the Swiss stage. I think this could drag out very easily into full 5 games. So I think we should be looking in the future at 3-2. I don't know for who, but it will be a 3-2.
Yeah, I agree. It could be a 3-2. And looking at the final few bans, that Zetian as well as the Matilda. These are heroes from the side of Rain that do not want to be contested. They are OP indeed, and they do not want to go against that whatsoever. But here, they pick up the Jushin in the first match, first pick of and first match of the day. And I think Mio, when he's playing this Jushin, yes, we saw a slight bit of a different win rate, folks. But let me tell you something about Mio's Jushin. He's still undefeated whenever he picks up the Jushin. So this is a proven, tried, and tested hero for the side of Rain. And on the other side, they go for the Lapu Lapu, and they get themselves that Bruno.
But looking at the draft right now, you are kind of open in Phivos to be taken by the opposite team, since you are going for Lapu, even though Phivos is open. And we were talking about that you believe strongly that Phivos is very flexible in the ways that he can approach the fights, in the ways what he can bring to the table. He is super tanky, dealing still a lot of damage, is able to engage on those backliners and making their life super hard. So I don't know if going for Lapu is the smart move, because right now you are probably giving Phivos away.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the key word being playmaker. I think Lapu Lapu is definitely a playmaker. He has the same kits that Phoveus has in terms of trying to make a play, but Phoveus needs an additional spell to try and do that. That's why I think Lapu Lapu is being preferred. But still, no matter what you say, Phoveus is a top tier pick that cannot be disrespected, and whenever picked up definitely has the advantage, or rather the team has the advantage, especially with that Infernal Pursuit. But here, this time, Rain opting to go for an Arlot. This Arlot is a flexible pick coming in from Rain. They have played it before in the roam position. They've played it before in the EXP lane as well. So this is a hero that they are really tried, tested, and proven. They are okay with putting him in the roam slot at the same time if they're not having a great EXP lane matchup, or if not, they're not having a great roam matchup. But here, Granger being picked up means they want to play a front-to-back combination with their lineup already being shown a lot of cards. And here, Memento Mori really need to double down on what they're going to go in the mid lane. Otherwise, it can banned out, because there are very few heroes that are available at this point. With the Jushin being taken away, with Zetian gone out, and the Farsa as well. And yes, speaking of the mid lane, they do go for the Kimi.
I mean, the idea is probably, alright, if you go front to back, we can play front to back too, but with Kimi, so we have some magic damage together with Bruno. Lapu will be our strong initiator and we can follow him through. Should be working very nicely. Right now, Phivos is slipping through, no one's going for him, and as you have said, Arlott could be the better idea because he is flexible. If you look in Phivos, you are basically saying, alright, he is XP lane, but now with Arlott, you are much more flexible coming into his second ban phase, and as we were saying, you can prepare it, and you can either choose if he will be on the throne position and playing it out with those final slash pickups, or he will be XP lane. And also what I want to especially pinpoint is that this final slash spell coming into draft that was already picked up by Memento Mori could be super deadly because Bruno took out of position. He is not with the highest range. He is a little bit mobile, but not really that much. You can throw him away, pull him from his ball, so he doesn't have that extra damage. And Lapu, if he gets that engage going and you pull him out, that could be detrimental to his gameplay.
Yeah, I agree. But at this point, you can see like the bans coming through, man. This Julian being banned out, he is not one of the heroes in the current meta, but they understand how deadly Joshi can be with this pick, and that's why they pick it up. And even stealing away a Lancelot that Joshi could have picked up for himself, and knowing Memento Mori picking up this Lancelot, they're definitely going to be looking for the backline. The backline in this case being that Granger, being that Jushin, because looking at the way that Rain have drafted around, again, it's a front-to-back composition, looking to make those plays with the final slashes, like you mentioned, Warren, and they're looking to take away this Bruno off guard. They're looking to disposition him completely, displace him from these team fights, because now you're really begging the question, are you going to go pick up a Purify, or are you going to go for a Flicker? Because in this case, if they rack up a lot of chain CC coming in from the side of Rain, Bruno is going to have a hard time. Kimi, yes, you have a slight bit of a dash to get out of harm's way, but then again, where you want to play the Flicker is because you're going against a Fanny, and we're going to see Mr. Death indeed in the Land of Dawn, rocking these steel cables, and it's going to be a big problem for Memento Mori.
And who is there to stop him? Like, of course you can hit him with Kimi ultimate to try to put him out of position and throw him away from his cables, but who else is there? Lance, I don't really know how well can he help, and right now that last pick can really either break it or make it. If you pick a strong CC lock-in for that Fanny, it could be working out. I don't know, thinking about Fredwin Rome, is that something that you can go for? I don't know, might be too much of an off-meta, so you might be going for something else, but with that Mino band, Gato band, they exactly knew what they were going for since going for that Fanny.
Yeah, I think they're either looking down at a Hylos or a Kaja right at this point, because Kaja's slightly been crept up back into the meta unless they have a Franco in their arsenal. But then again, even if you pick these heroes up, you have the Ruby that can be a big problem with the Don't Run Wolf's King, and that's why they opt to go for the Tigreal. And to be honest, this Tigreal is going to get bullied really hard going against the Jushin, because Jushin loves these tanky, beefy boys who are especially slow at dropping down the lantern, picking them up, and throwing them around like she's playing basketball. Because at this point, if you ask me, Memento Mori not having the best of drafts while going against a team as good as Rain.
I'm super worried about that Tigreal. How is he going to play his game? Because right now that mid lane matchup will be super tough for him. We saw that Jushin is able to even outpush Kimi, which is kind of unusual because usually Kimi is the one with priority. Sakamoto will try to move in as Kingsta is lurking in the shadows, still waiting around, and you see Loloi is completely late on this rotation, and they are already moving into the bottom side to establish some vision and see where Yuzin started.
Yeah, and we already spoke about this slightly off, off camera as well, right, Warren, about how they are looking to take away trade HPs in the EXP lane just because they want to make sure their EXP lane counterpart does not hit level 4 and is not really ready for this turtle fight, and that's going to be absolutely crucial coming in. And Kingston knows what his role is. He knows what his job is. Try and make sure Mio gets all these minions, and at the same time try and dominate the EXP side of the river, and that way you unlock Bloom a little earlier than they are able to unlock Wade.
Also, it's super tough right now for Wade, since he, even if he wanted to play a little bit more aggressive, there is always that lurking shadow from the side of Rain, that they are just jumping around, dashing around, that are just keeping him in check, where he cannot really play. And the same thing is right now happening for Yuzin, as Kingston moved into the top side and is not letting him farm very easily those jungle camps.
Look at Joshi, he hits his level 4 right now, has a steel cable, trying to go through. Sakamoto goes for the Sacred Hammer, but at the same time, they're not able to get nothing. Joshi looking for blood. They smell blood in the water, all right. 10 seconds until the turtle spawns. You can see Bloom already making his way there to try and set this up for the rest of his team.
I mean, you still burn Sakamoto's Flicker, so he will not have it available, but now Kingstar could be in big trouble. He still has Flicker available. He will try to go for a sneaky recall right before the turtle take.
Yes, before the turtle take, they got to make sure something happens as Wade hits his level 4 power spike, but you can see Bloom already being there, dragging the turtle out towards their side. Traction Pulse comes and pulls back Mio, but Mio right now goes for the Lantern Flare, but at the same time, you can see Bloom making sure his mid laner is safe with that final slash. Here comes the Bravest Fighter at the same time. Bloom trying to go in, but Wade creating the space that they need. Uzin going ham at the turtle. Joshi comes in, misses out on Retribution, and it goes in the hands of Mio, and Joshi looking for blood. Wade and Sakamoto running out of harm's way as well, but at the back line, you can see Uzin trying to find his way into the purple buff. Joshi, along with Kingsta, making sure that Memento Mori cannot get that whatsoever. Sakamoto gets caught in the I'm offended, and that is first blood in the hands of Rain. As they're looking to extend this team fight, Wade goes in with the Bravest Fighter. Mio in the back line, trying to show the damage, but here comes the displacement with that final slash. Joshi goes down to the hands of Uzin as they overextended, and now it is a kill score of 2-1.
For a bit, it looked like a free take for Suicidal Rain, but Memento Mori immediately counter-engaged into them and picked up a solo kill for Uzin, where he also has some gold coming from this fight. But still, we are right now looking at 1000 gold for Suicidal Rain, 1500 even. And if we look where the gold is located, we can see Granger is kind of running away from Bruno, which is kind of interesting because Bruno was left alone on that line. I don't know what happened there, but 300 already been made for Granger. And if we look at the mid line, Juxin is already ahead from Loloy.
Oh, yep, he is ahead from Loloy and D, and that's because of the space that Kingsta is creating, right, the entire time. Warren, if you take a look at how Kingsta just completely dominated this entire river, first on the bottom half of the map, and now on the top half of the map. Sakamoto can't really do anything. Yes, he's a Tiger, yes, he's slow, but he's the one that needs to check these brushes. Man, you can be a real man and still not hide behind a brush, but at the same time, your team needs it to be so. Otherwise, you're losing out on any sort of advantage that you get, and Mio is just abusing the mechanics of this Lantern Flare. And next on the chopping block, looks like Slarky is going to be there as Joshi comes through with a 4-man gank on the top side. And now they're going in. Slarky not looking like he's having a great time. He's trying to survive, but to no avail as Joshi's able to pick up that kill. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Oh, easy peasy indeed as Bloom approaches mid lane, pushes away Wade, and is ready with the rest of his team as the new turtle is spawning onto the map. Final slate still available, and they could be looking for something.
Oh, they're trying to, right? Uzin is trying to go and try and clear out the waves. Oh, Phantom Execution comes through as well, but at the same time, Thorn Rose, but you can see Kingston with the I'm Offended trying to catch them off guard. Wade with the Bravest Fighter goes for the Land Shaker. At the same time, flickers forward. Yuichi able to make it out of harm's way, and now from the back line, sniping them down with those Detonatas. Rhapsody to hear it out as Bloom is able to pick up the kill, and now the rest of Memento Mori have to group up to try and get some sort of advantage, but every time they group up, Mio is having a great time.
Mio is having the greatest time of his life, since he is always there ready, always ready to help out his teammates, and always ready to poke out his enemies and make them the most annoyed they can be, since Uzin is just trying to take his poor orange buff, and he is not even left alone for that, as they are pushing him away, pushing him around, and always like putting salt into his food, not really making his life very easy and very happy.
Yeah, and you can see also at the same time, Rain have gold up on every single lane, and now they get themselves another kill. Uzin missing out on that puncture, not able to make it out of harm's way, goes and gets taken down. Kingsta has to play, and he makes it indeed, as they get the traction pulse, pull them back, but it's still not happening for the side of Memento Mori, trying to make it out of harm's way. Wade comes in with a Land Shaker, trying to dish out some damage. They get Bloom indeed, but he's only the sacrificial lamb as they're trying to make it another one. Wade makes it out of harm's way, so Memento Mori get one kill out of that entire skirmish. At this point, Warren, I think any kill is a good kill for them because it's gold in their pocket.
No, absolutely. Right now for Memento Mori, you need any gold you can get, since the gold platings are already gone and they were picked up by your opponents for the most part. Right now, you are looking for any way to obtain gold for yourself, as Slarky will be trying to push out this ball lane, and right now it looks like he will be left alone to do that, because Uzin is able to protect his tower on mid lane.
No, Thorn Rose tries to make it out with the Phantom Execution. You can see Kingsta, man, he has been waiting to use that I'm offended at the right time. Even flickered for it as well. But here, Joshi might get caught up. Sakamoto goes for the big implosion, catches them into place. But look at that. They're making a sandwich out of Memento Mori. Slarky goes down. And yes, they get Joshi in the process. But here's the Landshaker. Wade might just turn it around for his entire team. But Bloom, if he has the Wenges, he can make it out. Final slash. And he does indeed. He makes it out of harm's way as Wade trying to find something for his team, trying to pick up the pieces, trying to get the crumbs, but misses out on the pie. Uzin is still not able to get even a single turn in the mid lane. Rain are making sure Memento Mori have to work overtime to get anything on the board.
Oh, they are making their job so hard for them, because Memento Mori are right now fighting over scratch. Really, 4,000 gold difference right now. It's a little bit lower, but still 7-minute game, and it honestly doesn't even feel like 3,500. It feels like it's 7,000. By the way, how the fights are played, it doesn't really feel like Memento are in control at all.
Absolutely right, Warren. You said it perfectly. Memento Mori are not in control of every single team fight. We saw that on the bot side. Wade had the opportunity to try and turn it around for his team, but Bloom just made it out right in the nick of time. And now you can see Mio absolutely abusing the mechanics of this Lantern Flare and gets himself a killing spree against an assassin nonetheless in the form of a Lancelot, who's supposed to have the highest number of iframes to try and immune any sort of skills. And if a Lancelot gets caught in that, I think it's really GG well played, because Memento Mori really needs to think of a backup plan, and that backup plan should come in the form of the double marksman strategy, a double marksman composition that they have. But you can see they go for another final slash play, and now one after another, Mio in the back line making a sandwich out of them, but Slarky able to get that kill, and now they look for another. Seems like Rain are trying to bite off more than they can chew as Joshi goes in. He has to steal cables, pulls out the cutthroat, but not enough, as Slarky should be the target. They get him with the Lantern Flare, and he gets taken down. Unstoppable indeed. 5-0-3 on this Jushin. Make that a double and give that a 6 kills in the hands of Mio.
And now the worst part would be if you knew that Mio has Sky Piercer. I don't know, I didn't see the items for a little bit, but if Mio has that Sky Piercer, oh, it's rolling. Oh, that Sky Piercer is hurting a lot. I don't know if he actually went for that, but would be super bad for the side of Memento Mori. Right now, looking at the raft, oh, wait a second,
oh,
no, there's a not a Sky Piercer locked in, it's for Jushi, but fortunately for Memento Mori, it's not for Mio, so that's a good thing. But the thing is, Memento Mio composition is really trying to go for that late game with the double marksman, as we've already. So you are trying to look for that outskill, but right now do you really have the time? Since already 2 towers gone, one almost dead, second one almost dead as well. Super rough.
It is super rough indeed at this point, and I feel like Rain are dominating every single neutral objective that's there. They have taken all 3 turtles. Now time for the Lord. Yes, folks, that's a pterodactyl, but that definitely is the Lord in the game. 4K ahead in gold. Rain are looking to slowly pull out the members. They're trying to find out the members of Memento Mori and slowly, one after another, possibly take it down and then get themselves a Lord.
Right now they are posturing around it,
oh, no.
And but just look at Lance. He's on the opposite side of the map, and now they should probably see it. So they are already started, and he needs to move in time to try to retribute his way into that Lord tank.
Yeah, they are going through indeed, but at the same time you can see the fight is separated into 2. Joshi in the back line goes straight for Slarky, knowing that he's the damage dealer, takes him down, way to the front line, gets bursted. Mio now takes care of Sakamoto, and you can see Bloom try to go for a final slash, didn't get anyone, probably missed out on the flicker. Vengeance is away, but you can see he gets himself the Lord. Uzin, yes, he goes down, but he buys some time for his team. Loloy, the only one left standing, but with the help of this Lord, they have bought themselves another 2 minutes, as Rain will not be able to end the game, but they will take away towers.
But that's the thing, like, if you didn't die, would you be able to protect those towers even if Lord was pushing in? Because still, it's a first Lord of the game, it shouldn't be that hard to defend. So maybe the correct play here would not be going for Lords very suicidally, but maybe just protecting your towers, and maybe that could work a little bit in your favor. Because look at the numbers, they took 3 towers, and you have 1 Lord, which will probably not get any towers taken, and you are probably losing that one on bottom side as well. So very nice play from Uzin, but the thing is, was it really necessary?
At this point, it doesn't feel like it, right? Because they've given away the Lord. Yes, they've given away a slight bit of an advantage, but if you ask If you really ask the question, Memento Mori, is this really an advantage because they're not able to get a single tower? Okay, maybe the top side, they got themselves a mid, and if I'm not wrong, the bot as well. So they got the tier 1s out, right? They got the tier 1s out completely, but now they still haven't got the goal lead deficit back by a lot. It's still 5.5k in the side of Team Rain. And yes, any advantage is good, but oh my god, on the bot side, 1v1, Joshi takes away Uzin, and he's having a great game on this Fanny. 3, 2, and 8. 16-6 kill score. Warren, are we looking at a one-sided story, or is it a possible comeback, sir?
I mean, with scaling, it could work. Still, there's the angle of Sakamoto picking up Joshi in a bad moment and CCing him up, not letting him play the game. But always there is Kingsta, who is making your job super hard for Sakamoto. And also, Joshi in backline, Mio, they are probably on almost full items. So much damage coming from their side as well. So you basically have right now 3 carries that are dishing out a lot of damage. And then you have those 2 CC, high CC targets. In form of Bloom and Kingsta, so they are making it super rough for Tiger to position properly and try to pick up the right targets. As we see the goal differences, we can see that Lance is holding up very solidly, but everyone else is falling behind further and further.
Oh no, a fight's trying to break down. Sakamoto goes for the concealed play as well on the back line, but he gets caught out. Implosion comes through, catches 2, but at the same time you can see Slarky. He's left unchecked, and now one after another, they're trying to burst them down. A double marksman composition works out. Traction pulse to pull them back, but he flickers out of harm's way, but he can see Uzin shing his way to the back line. He's still able to try and catch Mio. Punctures, Thorn Rose, no Phantom Execution, and Mio survives, as so do the rest of the damage dealers from the side of Rain. They have got 2 for the price of none. This is the opening that Memento Mori were looking for, counting down the deficit to about 3.6k now and turning their attention to the Luminous Lord.
That's it, they are back in the game, and if they just hold on tight, I think they could be making history right now.
They are trying to do that because they're blitzing it. They get themselves a large traction pulse with the back, and you can see they get Kingsta right now with the help of the Landshaker as well as the Phantom Execution. But one disappointment being the fact that Wade has to use his Flicker to get out of harm's way, and that is your EXP laner, that is your playmaker, your primary engage to give the space that Sakamoto can use to try and get that big implosion. So now without Lapu Lapu on a Flicker, this might be a slight bit of an opening that Rain can use.
But the thing is, look on the opposing side, you have Purify that's on cooldown right now on Mio, then you have Flicker that's on cooldown as well for Joshi. Kingsta, of course, his Flicker is available, but Bloom without Flicker as well. So on the opposing side, it's really not looking that great. Sakamoto with a Flicker still available, so that big implosion play can still come in handy and be deadly for the opposing side.
It could be deadly indeed, but you can see Joshi absolutely playing the map, and so is Uzin. These 2 assassins cross-map plays, trying to take away the pressure, trying to take off the pressure from their team, but the Lord still left unchecked, 25,000 HP, and now Yuichi along with Bloom trying to get them down. Sakamoto goes for the concealed play, Kingsta spots him out, but here comes the Phantom Execution. Uzin always looking to take down Mio. He is under threat the entire time, as Mio now will always have to have a chip on his shoulder, looking at what could happen. And now Uzin trying to find his way. They get the clear on the Lord. So this is a good opening for Rain. And I think Memento Mori really needs to understand that they are trying to overextend. Here comes the traction pulse. They catch Sakamoto. He could make a play. Implosion comes through. They catch Bloom. And now the rest of Hell breaks loose. And now Bloom is the first one to fall down. Killing spree in the hands of Uzin as they're looking to get another. He makes it out of harm's way in the nick of time. And now Memento Mori Uzin goes in with the Torn Rose, and he gets a shutdown on Mio. Mega kill indeed. Somebody stop this Lancelot, because Yuichi picked it up for himself. And now Kingsta with a Don't Run Volts King, trying to do something, but Joshi goes straight. Mr. Death, the Grim Reaper, finally able to pick up the kill. Looking for more. Yuichi buys enough time, and they create the space that they need. Ladies and gentlemen, what a way to start off the semifinals of the EMC.
And you look at Joshi, he just burned his Flicker absolutely for nothing. He shouldn't have been over-chasing that deeply because Sakamoto was already near. Now Sakamoto with Immortality available and as well as Flicker. And look at the side of Memento Mori. They have all Flickers, 4 Flickers on 4 members of their team. And Uzin is free for engaging this backline since Yuichi is Flickerless. Kingsta cannot save him in a Flicker play as well. And only Flicker is available on Bloom, so his final slash really needs to do some damage.
They really need to do it indeed, but at this point, not just damage, they really need to find and make that play, right? Apart from the 3-man push that we saw with the final slash, it's really not worked out so far. This Arlott could be a make it or break it for the side of Rain, because if he's able to get a good final slash with a flicker on point, knowing that none of them have a Purify on the other side, it is looking dire, and that could just feed them in the hands of Kingsta, who can then get the I'm offended, and it could just turn into a complete disaster for the side of MEMENTO MORI. But one good thing right now is the fact that the Lord is up. They're almost dead even in gold, coming back from a 5K deficit. This is the opening that MEMENTO MORI were looking for, and this is the statement that they're looking to make.
But Lance is not here. Can he get it?
Oh my god, you see the I'm offended from Kingsta. He caught 3, but Sakamoto's the first one to fall. Wade goes to the back line. Wind of Nature comes out as well. Kingsta's taken down. And at the same time, Wade. But the Phantom Execution and Thorn Rose seals the deal for the Lord. And now Laloy going on to Bloom, as the rest of Rain will have to back out. They have to respect the damage that's coming in from the double marksman, and they definitely have to respect the prowess of Lancelot in the hands of Uzin, who is putting on a display of skills in game number 1 in this best of 5.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Joshi needs to play super safe. He doesn't have his flicker available, so he cannot really go deep, as Joshi dies in a super important moment. This could be the end of the game.
This could be the end that they're looking for. MEMENTO MORI, see the end angle. Uzin trying to go to the back line, forces out a flicker from Yuichi, and now Mio is going to be the target, punctures his way. As you can see, Bloom is already down and out. Phantom Execution comes through, but Kingsta trying to buy the time. He goes for the I'm offended. The base crystal is below half HP. They do have a cannon minion. Slarky just needs one volley shot, but he doesn't get it, as Yuichi along with Mio are not letting him through. And now they save the base crystal. Wade is back up, but too little too late. Somehow, someway, Rain stay in the fight.
They still standing, but the thing is, 6 minutes ago, would you be expecting this? That you're looking at their base crystal being almost destroyed, and the crystal of MEMENTO MORI is not touched even once this game. So what is happening here? They were able to scale back into the game. Lolo is on his power spikes as well. Slarky, Bruno, super strong late game champion, compared to Yuichi, where he has Granger, and Granger isn't really scaling that well, since his items are not that well scaling as Slarky ones are, and this is what we are seeing right now. Those fights are looking so much better for the side of MEMENTO MORI.
They're looking so much better indeed. MEMENTO MORI finally hit their power spike, right? We're past 15 minutes. We're at the 19th minute of the game right now. And this is where a double marksman composition hurts. And the entire time, Wade is being the sacrificial lamb, but he's only the big bait that they need him to bite. And they've been biting on this bait the entire time. As you can see, again, Uzin is breathing down the neck of Mio, not giving him any sort of breathing room whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely. The moment Mio moves into a bad position, Uzin is immediately ready to respond to that. Oh, wait a second, they are responding to Uzin on bottom side.
Oh my god, that was a concealed play that we saw. That could have been really bad. Joshi right now, this Fanny, the only thing that he can do at this point is go to the back line and try and burst down the marksman, or in this case, a double marksman, so he really has a lot on his plate. And with the nerfs that Fanny has been hit with, it has been really crucial for how you use your steel cables, and that's why you don't see Fanny picked up a lot on the pro scene these days, unless and until your steel cables is on point. But then again, we're not going to question the prowess of this hero in the hands of Joshi. He is known as Mr. Death. That is his nickname, ladies and gentlemen. He is the Grim Reaper in this game, and not just this game, the entirety of Europe. So if there's someone that we want to see bring up the kills, it's definitely him. As now the Lord is up, and Wade, this could be the opening that both these teams are looking for. Oh!
Lance is moving into position as another fight happens.
Yeah, you can see they get themselves the I'm offended along with the final slash, and now Joshi goes into the back line trying to fight Sakamoto, but there's the implosion. He catches them in place. Uzin trying to show the damage, but you can see the 1v1 between the marksmen. Yuichi gets the kill. Sakamoto, immortality's popped. He's gonna go down indeed. That is a double kill in the hands of Yuichi. Uzin trying to survive, punctures his way out of harm's way. And now he flickers forward with the minions, stopping the bullets from going through. Yuichi letting the adrenaline do the talk, but not the skill. But at this point, they themselves survive. They take down 3 for the price of none. And now the Lord in their hands. And this could be all she wrote if Rain play it right.
if, and that's a big if, since Rain had a gorgeous early game, gorgeous mid game, but then it kind of slipped through. And I don't want to belittle what Memento Mori were able to achieve. Wait a second, is that the backdoor? No, it won't be, but it looked like for a bit.
It did look like that indeed, but at this point, you know, the wave pressure is something that they have to handle. It could be the end if Rain played it right indeed, because the wave pressure coming up from the top side, from the mid lane, not having the base turrets is going to be super crucial on how they push themselves back, because they have the lead now. Again, 3.5k, but they're already past the 60k mark. So if they're past the 60k mark, it doesn't really make a difference because everyone's going to be full build, you know, apart from the roamers. But at this point, do they really need the items? They just need to land their skills on point, because Kingstad's been doing that back and forth, 2-5-13, and oh my god, they get themselves to the traction pulse.
That was a crazy traction pull from Loloi, and now Mio half HP trying to regen back some HP back into her health pool, but you still have a lot of time since Laura is marching onto the top side, and he's still taking a lot of time since he was stuck on that minion wave, so we have a lot of time to siege.
This is what we're looking for, right? From Rain, they're looking to slow down the Lord as much as possible, make sure all the waves are coming in sync to add the pressure up to Memento Mori. Sakamoto flickers forward with the concealed play, but he gets caught out, only catching Bloom as Joshi is trying to dish out the damage, but Bloom is going to be the first one to fall. Way to the back line, goes for the land shaker, the bravest fighter. They take down Uzin, as well at the same time Bloom is down and out, so the assassin is going to be down, and Mio can now play a brilliant game because no one's going to be able to catch him. 1-for-2 trade. Kingsta falls down as well. The assassin taken down for the price of the front line. And now you can see Rain might not be able to end because they have no one to try and make the play. They only have bombardment coming in from behind. But if Memento Mori are not careful with the use of their skills, they might just go down. Yuichi, Immortality's popped already. They get themselves a shutdown. Loloi in the mid lane. 4-3-14. Somebody stop this, Kimmy.
This is a Lord coming into the hands of Memento Mori in a couple of seconds that are ahead of us. 20 seconds for the Lord spawn. Lolo with Immortality locked in, as well as Slarky. Sakamoto's Immortality has been already used, so he swapped it out for something else, but it looks like they are trying to enter right now on this wave.
They're trying to force the occasion, right? They're really trying to brute force their way through the mid lane, but they understand that the Lord's going to be up in 3 seconds, and Yuichi not being present for another 30 means they can blitz this Lord. No Kingster to target and try and open up the front lines as well. But Rain know that they really need to contest this because this neutral objective is something that they really need to keep up for themselves. Mio forced to use that Crimson Beacon, and now look at Sakamoto. He's trying to create the space, but job well done. From this out of Memento Mori. 25 minutes in, Warren. We're 25 minutes in for the first game of this best of 5 series. We have 2 for the rest of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, this is an absolutely entertaining game.
And this is a thing, right? Maybe in the beginning you could be questioning Memento's attendance on this tournament, but right now you cannot deny that what they are doing is that they are doing it great and they are playing so well, coming back into this game, coming into that late game, scaling up into this point when they are marching into the base of Rain.
They are marching in indeed. As you can see, Sakamoto leading that charge. He goes in with a concealed play, looking for the flicker. He's trying to get that big implosion and only buying time. But around they go in, Wade with the land shaker, bravest fighter combo, trying to show the damage, but their target is going to be the base crystal. One after another, they fall down. Bloom is the first one to fall, but the base crystal taken away by Memento Mori as Rain will have to bow down. Rocking that roam position for the better part of a year, and he has been proven to everyone why he is so as well. At this point, Memento Mori really need to look at taking this game away, because then it'll be match point in their favor. So yes, you're absolutely right. This next game is going to be make it or break it. But will Rain stop them in their tracks and just be like, hey, game number 1, mistake, we underestimated them, shake it off, and then move on to the next one? Or will it be the same story and Memento Mori be like, hey, you're underestimating us and we will walk you through, we're just going to train wreck you the entire time? We're going to find out as we're already in the draft phase.
I mean, underestimation could be a big part coming from the first game, but as we have said, no more underestimating anymore, even if it was there, because right now you are looking at 0-1 score and you need to push back, you need to get back into the series. Still, of course, you kind of could be coming back even from a higher deficit. 0-2 still could be playable. As we have said, this team has done it before. They could be the ones that are able to withstand those super tough situations, but really, you don't want to make it so hard for yourself, so you want for the best outcome to happen to jump back right now, put it 1-1 and relax a little bit, at least for a set.
Look at what they did. They respected that pick of the Bruno, right? That is ultimate respect coming in. First ban, take out that Bruno. We don't want to deal with him whatsoever. And of course the Boxer comes in, and I'm thinking it's gonna be the Farsa up next as well in terms of the bans, or maybe the Zetian. They're trying to see which one's gonna be the one out of the two. Maybe leave the Farsa open so you can give it in the hands of Mio, but he looks so comfortable on the Jushin. And they take out the Kimi, so the possibility of the double marksman is completely off the picture, and Rain are looking to double down on any chance that they have in terms of victory. As you can see on the other side, MEMENTO MORI take away that Jushin that Mio has been playing to almost utmost perfection, and now with that loss, Mio doesn't have a 100% win rate on the Jushin anymore.
Oh, what a loss indeed, but I think he will be making his stays better with a Zetian picked up. Zetian looks super interesting. I absolutely love her since I saw her debut in competitive. My first time seeing her was right here on under search. Very interesting hero, love her range. She has shown her power, especially against Farsa, because many times we saw her outmatch Farsa, which was super interesting to see. And we will see right now if Farsa will be the answer towards Zetian, because probably she is one of the heroes who can outrange her, or at least match her range. But right now it won't be a Zetian, it won't be a Farsa lock-in. Right now it's Fivos and Matilda. Fivos and Matilda combo, I absolutely love it, since Fivos can go super deep and Matilda can always pull him back up.
Hey man, I'm telling you, that's your two favorite heroes, one on top of the other. Phoveus as well as Uranus. Phoveus is, you're right, he definitely can get in as deep as possible in terms of being in a team fight, but here they get their hands on only 1-1, and 1-1 against the Phoveus, this is 9 out of 10 times I would say a Phoveus would come out on top, but that 10th time does come down to individual brilliance and individual skill. If Yuichi's able to land those marks right, unlock the crossbow of Tang, it's gonna be all hell for the side of MEMENTO MORI. But if not, man, I'm telling you, this Wade is gonna have an absolutely great game on this Phoveus.
We saw many times Van being the ban priority, at least yesterday and the days before that. So now she slipping through is pretty interesting, and what will be even more interesting is how MEMENTO MORI will approach it. They are approaching it with Retail, which should be outranging her, should be outmaneuvering her, but the problem is that if Van gets those stacks, and if she's able to pull it off, then you cannot target her anymore, and she will be destroying anyone who is near.
Yeah, I think here, if you look at the lineup a little more closely, they're countering their lineup entirely, right? The 1-1's not going to have a good time against the Phoveus. They really made their bed with it. But on the other side, they pick up that Irithel, which is again a counter to the 1-1 in the laning phase. So 1-1's really not having any sort of breathing room when it comes to the laning phase, nor when it comes to team fights. So rotations are absolutely crucial when it comes to this. So the jungle position in the side of Rain is going to be really important on how they make it work. And here you can see they double down on taking away any sort of mid laners from the side of MEMENTO MORI as they take out the Farsa, and that along with that a Selena, which is again a pocket pick from the side of MEMENTO MORI. But here the junglers being taken out, the Julian and the Hayabusa. And I know we've seen it before, but you think we're gonna see are we gonna see a Gushin coming out from the side of MEMENTO MORI?
Gushin, that's interesting idea. Could be using Gushin. I heard some rumors about it being played in Philippines. I heard about it being a thing on scrims over there.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, maybe you could tell me a little bit more about that, Kronos. Why you believe he is slipping into the meta?
So he got a slight bit of a damage buff, right? Not along with the damage buff, he also got cooldowns in the second skill, and then they've kind of extended his range of the second dash, or rather they're not extended his range, they made it faster. So when you use the ultimate, the incandescence, you have a dash after you use the ultimate. They've made the speed of the dash a little faster. That is enough to try and bring him into the meta, not in terms of a staple pick, but definitely a pocket pick, as he is always known as one shot against the backline, right? He definitely has the damage to one shot the backline, regardless of the fact that you have an Athena shield, a Radiant armor, a Rose Gold meteor. You probably need all three to try and stop him if you're squishy like a Wanwan. And once he gets that skill down, hey, he just has to run away. He is the definition of an assassin. So Gushin in this case looks nice against a Wanwan, but against a Zetian, you really want to pop that passive and then use that blade. So at this point, it looks like a Gushin might be a double-edged sword if Memento Mori pick it up. But knowing that they've played it before and knowing that they've performed well with it, not just try and make it work, they made it work really well. I don't see why they can't go for it now.
But the thing is, if you are looking at the bans right now at this specific moment, I think there was a Lancelot pickup with these same bans, or was he the last one? I cannot recall right now. But under similar bans, there was a Lancelot pickup, so he could be thinking about it. Of course, don't know how well he would match up compared to Gashen into this matchup. But right now you have a very divey composition with Matilda, with Phoebus, Irita, Sniping it all, so could be working in your favor, even in the case of Lancelot. Of course, then you are kind of lacking in that frontline department since you're already picking up Matilda. So if it will be all on Phoebus, it will be really tough to survive the onslaught that will be coming from Zeti, and that will be coming. Oh, it's a Lancelot! I knew it. I had a psychic connection to using can you pick that lance once more? I think viewers will love it. And he was like, alright Warren, just for you my man. And here we have it, Lance, 18th pickup of Lance here on EMC, and here we go.
Man, I'm telling you, they heard you and they said like, okay, we can pick up the Lancelot indeed, but hey, look at that, they get themselves a CC, which is basically a natural counter to the Phoveus in the lane, and along with that they get themselves the Akai to try and disrupt this team fight with the heavy spin. And it's going to be crucial on the timings of when he uses it, because this Akai might be the difference maker when it comes to taking away objectives against a Lancelot. But then again, a Lancelot has these iframes that definitely help him to immune so many of these skills, and he's doing it so well. But here, no way, talk about a love story, man. This is Lancelot and Odette in the big stage together nonetheless. So the swan song is something that Odette would love to dance to, as long as Lancelot is around puncturing his way to dish out the damage. This is a great time to watch Mobile Legends Bang Bang indeed. Warren, what are you thinking of the draft? I am loving it.
Alright, what a lovely surprise. That was to your phrase from you. Odette will be first time for me watching her in competitive. I think she was a little bit out of meta lately, so this comes of a little bit of a surprise. Maybe you can weave me and viewers in onto the inside. How well can this work with the composition that's on the hands of Memento Mori?
All right, listen up. The Odette got a slight bit of a buff. I've been telling this to my friends, right? I've been telling my girlfriend as well, hey, you gotta play Odette. This is a great pick right now. It's a great pocket pick just because of the fact that you've increased the speed of the second skill that tries to root the opponents in place. And of course, you have the ultimate, the Swan Song, which has an absolute AoE. It's complete AoE damage. And with the passive stacked up, you definitely have enough damage dished out for an assassin to try and clean up shop. And at this point, that assassin being a Lancelot, definitely gonna make it easy for the rest of the team to try and poke them down, because ladies and gentlemen, we are midway through the competitive year, and this is where teams solidify their spot amongst the elite or fall behind. It's definitely gonna be a difficult one for both these teams, because Memento Mori are looking to stake their claim, because Rain have a history, they have a legacy, and it's gonna be a history and legacy versus the hunger of Memento Mori that they're looking to take away game number 2 as well.
But Mio is the one leading the charge in mid lane. He was able to poke out Sakamoto. Look at his health bar basically gone, and Loloi, same thing can be said for him, because Mio has mid lane kingdom right now. It doesn't matter if he's on Jukshin or Zetian, his pokes are on point.
His pokes are definitely on point. Mio having the Zetian, having the extended range to try and dish out the damage is going to be crucial. You can see the Thorn Rose coming out as well to dish out the damage, making sure Mio's having a hard time. The passive just pushing him back at the same time. That's on 120 seconds, if I'm not wrong, where that is not going to be active. That's about 1.5 to 2 minutes. So it is going to be crucial.
It should last until the first Lord. I mean, until the first turtle.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty crucial. That's pretty crucial.
Absolutely. And I think Uzin's going to be looking to take away that. But here goes to the Phantom Execution. And that's first blood with the Thorn Rose onto Bloom right at the edge.
And this is super insane because Wade will have his lane easier from now on since Uzin picked up this skill, and this means Bloom will be losing out on some XP and gold on this top side, and especially right now as the turtle is spawning. Wade level 4, and look at Bloom, he is nowhere near his level 4 yet.
He definitely is nowhere near, and right now you can see Slarky is having a hard time, even though going against a 1-1, but still denying that gold cannon, which makes sure Yuichi has to eat some damage. So individually, they're having a great time. Inspire already used on the bot side, but here the turtle being started. 3 versus 3. Joshi going back to try and get his buff. Make that a 4v3 right now. At this point, Wade looking to go for the Infernal Pursuit. Uzin goes in with a puncture. Sakamoto dashes in. Wade goes through as well. Bloom is going to be the target. One after the other. AOG connects. It tries to cast him off guard. Uzin gets caught out. Bloom goes down. And with the help of the Swan Song, they're able to get that turtle. Make that 2 and 3. That's a double kill in the hands of Wade. And this is why we love the Phoveus in team fights.
And Bloom falls further behind, and if you wouldn't tell me which team is where and you would hide the names, I would be expecting coming into this series, coming into the second game, that Rain are in the favor of this goal lead, that they are ahead, that they have those 5 kills, but no, it's Memento Mori, and it looks like they are going straight for the throat.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely, Warren, because if you blinded the names of these players, everyone would be looking at Memento Mori and saying, this is definitely Rain. The way that they're dishing out the damage, the way that they're moving in sync, completely changing the pace of the game. You can see Kingsta tried to go through and try to get something down, but with the help of the Guiding Wind, Slarky just being an absolute monster. And now Rain really need to go back to the, you know, they need to go back to the thinking zone. They need to go back to the man cave and think about what is really costing them problems, because now they're in the fight, they're in the game. Almost 4 minutes in, they need to find answers, otherwise they might end up losing this one as well.
It looks like they could be losing this one as well if nothing changes, because if right now looking at their combo, there's another action happening as Akai moves in.
They go in with the crossbow of Tang unlocked. They get themselves 1 kill and make that another. Sakamoto tries to make it a harm's way, but Yuichi eats too much damage and still is there, but you can see the Phantom Execution. He comes through, tries to take him out one at a time, but the Swan Song, man, the damage coming out was way too much, saving his Prince Charming. Loloi still dishing out so much damage, but here Yuichi looking to pick up the pieces as he gets himself 1 kill and it's finally on the board. But look at the kill score. It's 7-3. Make that 8 because they forced the flicker out of Mio, and with a heavy crossbow taking him down. And Memento Mori making a statement against one of the top contenders of the entire EMC.
As New Turtle spawns onto the map, Joshi had a beautiful hard spin into the wall. Uzin got destroyed next to that wall. Couldn't really move, couldn't really do anything. But right now, New Turtle on the map, and still Memento Mori are in the lead and the stronger team coming onto this fight.
Yeah, definitely is, and I think the Celestial Empress not able to reign supreme in this game, at least for the first 5 minutes, because Memento Mori are moving like a unit, and you can see Kingsta going absolutely aggressive, knowing that they need an opening, they need some sort of advantage, and here comes the Circling Eagle, but the heavy spin is there, but Loloi with the Swan Song flickers and catches Mio off guard. Odette is just definitely putting on a show for everyone to see. Crossbow of Tang is unlocked and finally gets 1 kill. Try and make that 2. Sakamoto survives not for long. Loloi versus Yuichi, but that is a triple in the hands of this pocket pick Odette. And oh my god, how are they making it work?
And as bad as the game start looked for Loloi, look at him now, 4-1-5, he's leading the charge, he missed only 2 kills that happened somewhere else, but other than that he was there, he saw it all, he did it all, and he is carrying his team.
He definitely is, and I don't think Rain were expecting this, right, whatsoever, because definitely caught them off guard. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not a single, not a double elimination. This is a single elimination indeed. So at this point, there is no safety net whatsoever. These teams need to come out with a victory, and looking at the way that MEMENTO MORI are moving, looks like they might get this one as well. Uzin gets pulled back by the armament, and now with a swan song and the puncture, along with a phantom execution, they get another kill, and Bloom is completely nullified. 0-3-0 on a CC. When was the last time you saw that, Warren?
The last time I saw that, I believe it was in some Czech qualifiers that we had over here, but here, usually on that super high level of competition, you mostly do not see that, because you are most of the time going by the numbers. Let's go! They go in!
Wade, man, and look at Mio now getting targeted down. Fury of the Phoenix comes out, catches them in place as he was overextending. Slarky bites the dust 1-3-2, but he's not been the focal point. The focal point should be Loloy, because this Odette is in the back line, sitting pretty, singing that song, and making sure the damage is dished out as it comes through once again with a Circle Eagle. AOG catches them, gets himself the hands on the turtle, and now with the help of the rest of the team, they're dishing out the damage, and Kingsta has to run away with his tail tucked between his legs as they're looking to take him down with a Thorn Rose, and they get that kill indeed. Bloom is there, but cannot really do anything. Yuishi comes forward, has to swallow, wants to unlock the crossbow of Tang, and does unlock it indeed, but doesn't have the ultimate to use it whatsoever.
The thing is, with the composition of MEMENTO MORI, me especially, I was talking about how not tanky they really are, and that they do not have enough frontline, but look at them, how they are rolling into those fights. When you always started, when you are always ahead, and when you are always going first, and engaging those fights first, and not letting your opponents have a breath, then it doesn't matter who is tanking, because they are dead. And if they are dead, they cannot do damage.
Yeah, they are dead indeed, and that's the part where Fury of Phoenix already used up, but it's not going to work anymore. Mio not being present is absolutely crucial. They do not have any form of magic damage that will help out, because Kingsta is only a tank. He's looking so low, gets taken down by Slarky, and now they turn their attention to the mid lane tier 1, and slowly you can see the domination coming out. They're recalling in their faces. Talk about the ultimate disrespect, and this is a team that have won critical ops before many times, and now they're looking to take them down one after another, and Uzin is just styling his way onto the side of Rain as they're moving together like a unit, and MEMENTO MORI are making a statement and taunting the entire team of Rain.
What a statement. MEMENTO MORI almost not getting into the tournament, and right now look at them. They look like they will be 2-0 Inc, at least in this series right now. Could be moving into that part where they would be on match point against Rain, one of the strongest teams right here that we have.
Oh, Phantom Execution comes through as well. Kingston not able to cast him. You can see the crossbow of Tang is unlocked, and they get himself out of there, but he will bite the dust. Uzin has been taken down, but the important part is no crossbow of Tang and no heavy spin, and that is
Loloy
crucial.
with 1v1 on Bloom.
Yeah, now Kingsta goes in as well. You can see Bloom is getting on top of Loloy. Will he be able to dish out the damage? Fury of the Phoenix comes out, catches them in place, but there's the Swan Song. AOG trying to create the separation and cancel it out. Loloy flickers out of harm's way, but Slarky has enough damage. He's making sure that everyone runs away. Wade comes through, but now Slarky gets caught off position and gets taken down as the Rain find their opening and turn their attention into the turtle despite a 4K deficit in gold.
Talking about Cassacres, we saw it happen right in live action. MEMENTO MORI going strong into this game, and as we are speaking about them maybe making it 2-0 as a state of this series, they fumble their boots, they strap their shoes together, and they fall on their own legs.
Absolutely, they just shot themselves in the foot right there. They had the advantage, they had everything that they needed to make it work, and then I think those recalls just got into their head a little bit, knowing that, hey guys, this is not game number 5, or this is not a 3-0. You still need 2 victories to try and make it out on top, and you do not have a lot of advantage to play with. It's only 3.5k right now, and not having the Lord definitely is a bummer for them, because here Rain might utilize this and turn it into a complete advantage, because they're looking to go for the jugular. Oh!
And Oh, LG.
Catches them, 3 of them off place, and you can see one after another. They fall down. Heavy spin in place as well. Wade, Slarky, and Sakamoto caught together, and Kingsta found the opening and made it work. Along with that, not just that, using the Revitalize, but here they cancel out the Swan Song winner crown for what? Because he gets shut down indeed in the hands of Yuichi, and that is the one that needs the most gold. They still have all 5 standing, and Uzin the only one left for the side of Memento Mori. For thank God they definitely have the holy defense, otherwise it could have been a straight march to their base.
Could have been, but Uzin is there. Sakamoto response. Slarky will be moving right onto the land of dawn. Back in action. Wait. Right back here. But Bloom, look at Bloom. He was 0-3, I believe, for the most of the game, for the majority of the game. But right now, 2-3-3. He is back. And the work he has done against Loy, I think that really set the stones moving in their favor. It kind of moved the game back into their hands as Lolo got caught. And Bloom dished out so much damage, even though in super high gold deficit.
Definitely, it's this high goal deficit, even though it's there on their side. Loloy needs to be in the team fight, right? He needs to be together with the rest of his team. Only then will he be able to make a difference. You can see right now they go for that as well. AOG comes through. Bloom trying to show the damage, but they get caught with Loloy off position and now taken down. That is their damage dealer. Loloy off position twice, not just one single time, and that being a big difference maker. And now Rain understand the assignment and know whom to catch off guard. And you can see that 3.5k that we were talking about, only 500 at this point, almost negligible, and Rain are looking to turn this around, coming back from a deficit, and they might just be able to do so.
It's absolutely crazy watching it happen right in front of our eyes. Slarky could be in trouble, might be baiting for Bloom. He gets pulled away by Sakamoto. But this heavy spin AOG combination is just so deadly, and all the time that you are seeing Bloom is just swishing and swooshing with his yo-yo and just dishing out so much damage. I believe that then we will be looking at the end screen, at the damage graphs. Bloom will be up there.
Definitely gonna be up there, and that's the job what a CC needs to do, right? Just dish out the damage, create the separation, and look at single target someone down with that curtain call and that yo-yo blitz. But at this point, Uzin starting up the Lord, and you can see Bloom again just making sure he stacks himself up with a performance delight and making sure you can create the separation. Wade trying to go in with an Inferno Pursuit as well. Lord taking on a half HP. It's been reset, and Slarky having the blue buff on him is trying to dish out a lot of damage. Again, look at the space that Bloom is creating for the rest of the team. They're using this Lord as bait, trying to find out where Uzin is so they can make something happen.
But Bloom is getting chanked a little bit. That could be detrimental to this team. If I look at his HP, he's already half HP gone. That could be pretty deadly if Memento take the fight.
Yeah, but look at Bloom. He's able to maneuver himself and use the stacks of the War Axe as well as the Spell Vamp to try and get back his HP. But now Sakamoto trying to scout out the bushes, and it's been a long, dragged out Lord Dance. It's still 20,000 HP, and now finally Memento Mori have control of the Turtle and the Lord Pit. And here comes the Circle Eagle trying to get it. And with the Fury of the Phoenix, they actually catch him off guard, and that is one down, and Loloy trying to show the damage, but the AOG catching them as well as Uzin makes it out with the Thorn Rose, and at this point they catch them and take him down, and the Lord is already on the side of Memento Mori, marching down mid lane, and Rain again fumble the entirety of that fight.
Chronos, let me ask you a question. Is it scripted? Because first game, Rain were in the lead the whole game, then they fumbled the bag and Memento Mori came back on top and they won the first one. But now Memento Mori were in control the whole game and they then fumbled the bag and Rain are back in control. What is happening right now? I'm feeling like I'm seeing double.
I'm telling you, man, this is scripted. You didn't get the memo? I got the email just today. You didn't get it?
No.
Oh man,
it might be in spam.
I'm telling you, Serge, you guys have to check. You guys have to send Warren the emails, or was I not supposed to tell him? But hey, this definitely feels like it's scripted indeed, because Memento Mori back and forth the entire time. Game number 1 went past 25 minutes, and now we're at the 15-minute mark for game number 2. So, boom! Oh
Blue
my
could be
god,
in
he
trouble.
actually gets taken down! Even with the help of the Fury of the Phoenix, he popped the Vengeance at the very last second. I'm not really sure if he was overestimating his tankiness or underestimating the damage that came out from Slarky, but that definitely was a big problem for their side, and now they catch Uzin off guard. He has the Thorn Rose, and Phantom Execution makes it on harm's way, but the Swan Song dishing out the damage to Yuichi, but here comes a heavy spin. Joshi trying to make it on harm's way. Slarky is there to try and kill out Kingston. Yes, he takes him down indeed. 2 down and out, and this is the opening that they're looking for. They have a full set of minion waves coming through. They take away the inhibitor in the mid lane, and now looking to take away the base crystal. They go to the back line with Circling Eagle. 1 minion left standing. It could be enough, but they don't have it. They get the clear down, and here's another set coming through, and they're looking to end it all as they take away game number 2 as well and cause it a 2-0 and a big upset.
That means Rain, both of the times they lost, they doubled down and they chose blue side. 2 times in a row, basically 3 times in a row, they have it. So there must be something about the blue side, but right now I'm not really seeing it, because first game, alright, there could have been something because they were winning for the most of the game, but then they unfortunately lost. But the second game, Memento Mori were really the ones having the reins over the game. They were holding it very steadily for majority of the game. Basically the script flipped as we talked about it. So I don't know what they are looking for in that blue side. They need to deliver something spicy to change my mind about the blue side.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. I think they are going for the blue side time and again. At this point, if you ask me, I would have been like, hey, okay, let's try the red side. We've tried blue side twice. It's not worked. And they could have gone for the red side, but I think they are just so keen on getting that first pick and having it as flexible as of a draft possible. And at this point, it really needs to show out, because if they don't show up, this could be over for Rain. Again, let's not forget, there are no safety nets this time. There is no second, there is no lower bracket. This is just a single elimination. You do not get a second chance whatsoever. And the bans this time, with the Zetian being taken off, with Mio not having a playmaking hero, I don't know. It's looking like a Farsa might get banned out of the other side. But again, Rain, blue side, they need to find answers. If not, it's looking dire. It's looking difficult. And if Memento Mori move into the grand finals of a 3-0 against Rain, doesn't matter who's on the other side, man. They're definitely going to be one of the favorites.
That would be a statement. That would be a banger. But let's not get too heated, because the history could be completely different. The history could be that Rain will really just double down, triple down, quadruple down on blue side, and right from now on they will start winning from the blue side, and they will put 1 point, second point, then they will finish it off as 3-2, and everyone will forget how unfortunate the first 2 games were for them. But also there could be a parallel universe where that will not be a thing, and where Memento Mori will take the cake.
They heard me, Warren. They heard me. They got themselves the Matilda this time, making sure Kingsta has a single target kind of hero, or at least a healer where he can look this target down one and dive into the back line with that Circling Eagle and give Mr. Death a comfort pick of a fighter that he loves to play, since the Eastern Shin's already taken off the table. But you can see Memento Mori, they know what works for them. It's that Lancelot, it's that Phoveus, and they pick up both.
Oh, they got them both in the pocket, but the thing is, Bloom could still opt out into that CC, even though it didn't work out when those later stages of the game hit, and when he was able to scale up. Phoebus wasn't really a problem anymore, and he was slashing him all over the place and ripping him apart, and even destroying this backline. So that could be an idea, but doesn't look like it's the idea for this draft, because they are not really running it back at all. They are completely flipping it on its head. They steal away Matilda. They have Glue matched up into Phoebus. We saw that many times, even though Phoebus has a little bit of priority in the lane. Glue can be super useful in those fights and can be doing basically the same thing as him, jumping into this backline and making a lot of trouble happen for those backline carries.
You know what? I'm not a big supporter of Rain or something where I went crazy when they got some picks. I'm just excited to see Joshi in his signature pick. Yes, Fanny is one of his signature picks, right, Warren? But this Julian is the signature pick. This is the hero that cemented his name as the Grim Reaper in the Land of Dawn during the MESL back in the day. This is the pick that earned him the name the Grim Reaper. And right now, when the chips are down, when the backs are against the wall, they go back to old reliable with this Julian in the hands of Joshi once again. And we might see some of the biggest comebacks and reverse sweep possible, because this is the hero that he had a reverse sweep with against the Birthright as well before. And back then, the Rain had a different squad and same hero that got them out of despair. So will it work out again? Is the third time again gonna be it? Or will that just be a story of back in the day and you're looking at new and up-and-comers in terms of Memento Mori?
We will see to that, but right now the draft is looking very spicy on both sides. You have this famous Lancelot secured for yourself, as we have already talked about it, together with Loloy's Kimi. That was an important part of that success in the first map, in the first game, I mean. But Julian, that's something to behold. He is in hands of Rain, he is in hands of Mr. Dev himself, as you have talked about it. So that's something to look out for, and I'm so hyped to see him in action on Julian, because I was kind of expecting that he would deliver on Fanny, and he kind of delivered, but not really that much to the extent of how we know Mr. Dev. So I'm really hoping that now with his backs, with the backs of his team against the wall, he will deliver on the Julian, because he has to, otherwise they are out.
He has to indeed, and looking at the bans coming through, they take away the 1-1, they take away the Farsa, so not giving them any sort of high ground whatsoever. Taking out the Kalea and the Tigreal, so a lot of roam options choked out as well. That's why they go back to what they know, a double marksman composition with his Kimi in the mid lane, with a Moskov in the gold lane. And here they really need to find answers, and yes, they do, with this Granger in the back line, looking to dish out the damage. And Valentina, I'm not really sure how this Valentina is going to work. I think this Valentina was just picked up as a comfort pick for Mio and try and take away the whatever skill comes out on the other side with the roam position. As yes, I see you, Warren. That got Totkacha. What do you got to say?
I mean, you had to know that they will pick Gato and you can still steal at IOG. I think that's what happened. I think they were like, alright, what will Sakamoto pick? I think he could pick Gato. Yeah, of course this was a gargantuous risk coming into that, picking Valentina when you don't have that many ults that you can steal. Of course you can steal any, but let's look at how useful those ults can be for Valentina. Of course you can spear yourself with a Moscow, maybe get yourself closer to the target. You can pull someone with that gravity field, stealing it away from Loloy, or you can jump for that backline with Fuse, but those ultimates are not really the craziest ones you can steal away. There is no Lucas, there is no not something that's super big, but with that Gato locked in, could be spicy.
That Gato definitely is going to make a big difference, a big change when it comes to these team fights, because, man, that Valentina using the IMU, stealing that away, and I think you covered it all as well. It's just not just the fact that they can steal away the AOG, but also the traction pulse of the Kimi, right? To use it, have that extended bit of range, and be a playmaking tool to try and pull them in place. And that's why you can see he's going to be a big difference maker. But here again, against the Kimi in the laning phase, they really need to zone out the Kimi, otherwise it's going to be a difficult one, because you can see Loloy already doing a lot in terms of trying to control the river and trying to make sure they get their hands on any sort of advantage they can take in terms of trading HP, in terms of trying to get any sort of bush control, neutral objectives, maybe even a first blood.
But right now it looks like Valentina already on the move on the bottom side, maybe looking for that gold crab. I think it's already being started, so it will probably be sure to glue. So he gets that level advantage onto weight, so already very important. Your XP lane is ahead in XP, as Kingsta will try to move them away from that vision. No, won't happen right now. Loloy gets poked down a little bit by Mio, as Joshi will be moving into mid lane.
Definitely has to be moving into the mid lane, as he has to find some sort of advantage, some sort of relief for his team. But you can see, oh, he goes for the enhanced sight, trying to shut the damage. Sakamoto's revitalize already being popped. Kingster trying to go in, has the eye to try and get out of harm's way. Uzin comes through, punctures, Thorn Rose goes in with the Astro's Eye. Wade, lucky he wasn't level 4, otherwise that could have been disastrous for Rain again.
Kingsta already, that means a lot, because the upcoming fight over the turtle in 20 seconds, of course you don't have Wade with level 4, and Bloom will probably be hitting that pretty soon. I think not on this wave, but he needs just a little bit more Wade.
Joshi enhanced chain to go in, the knockup onto Wade. Uzin just missing out thanks to the Thorn Rose. As Joshi, you can see, he's biding his time. This Julian's gonna wreak havoc in the Land of Dawn, knowing that Rain are playing a little more aggressive than they usually have the past 2 games. And my god, they have been aggressive in the past 2 games as well. This is just a lot more aggression that they're showing, knowing that they're on their comfort heroes, as Sakamoto's gonna be zoned out. Uzin taken out low as well. Phantom Execution comes through. He's trying to get the Thorn Rose, trying to get the Retribution. He gets the Turtle. Joshi zoned up with the rest of Slarky and Wade, and that's gonna be first blood in the hands of Kingsta. AOG coming to the fray from Mio using the IMU, as Slarky makes his way into the picture as well. Flickers out of harm's way, and now they're looking to take down Bloom. Caught off position, and that is a 1-to-1 trade. An advantage to MOMENTO MORI as they got themselves the turtle.
And what's super important, need to respect that Moscow can join those fights. You need to keep that in mind, in the back of your head, but you weren't really respecting from the side of Rain. You were acting like he will miss that probably, but no, Slarky delivered, he hit those. But the thing is that Yuichi got himself a little bit of a goal lead.
He definitely got themselves a new gold lead, a little bit of a goal lead on their side. Not a lot, but still enough to try and get at least one small item. And here Sakamoto has been controlling the bush. You can see Kingsta like, hey, I know you're there, bro. You can't really catch me off guard. And Mio, knowing that, doesn't want to make a rotation on the other side. Joshi, though, has a slight bit of a threat coming in from Sakamoto. And again, this Gato Kacha was predicted by them. Oh, wait
a second, Loloi overstepped.
Woo. So close.
This could have been deadly, this could have been super deadly for Loloi, as he got terrified in that last moment. Kingsta is moving into the top side. Slarky will be probably pushed away by Granger. That's just how the matchup goes. Sakamoto will be, though, maybe pushed away into the base as he runs away with his life.
Death Sonata along with the enhanced chain, that's been the combo that they've been trying to use. And if Mio is able to get the AOG and land that, it is looking dire for the side of MOMENTO MORI. That's the wombo combo that they're going for. But when MOMENTO MORI have a wombo combo of their own, if they're able to utilize Loloi's traction pulse at the right time, force out a couple of flickers, or cast them off guard, Sakamoto is going to have a field day with the AOG. As right now they're getting into the goal lane, trying to create the separation. Enhanced sword to make it out of harm's way. Guiding wind as well. And this is what I was talking about. Comes in with the AOG. Catches Joshi off guard, Thorn Roaster to shove the damage, and now goes into the Phantom Execution as they're able to pick up the kill. 1-for-1 trade. SOD comes through as well. They're not able to find any more than they should have. Again, advantage to MOMENTO MORI. Yes, they get 1-for-1 trade, but that's a tank for a jungler.
But the thing is, wait. Was there right on time. I don't know how he got there. I completely missed that part. I think it happened because they were able to cut the wave on glue, and that's how he got the move. To move first toward the top side was just there on point. Now he could be in trouble though.
He definitely could be. You can see Kingsta is trying to get control of the river brushes. He's trying to get that control for the rest of his team. And I think this turtle is going to be really crucial when it comes through, because it's important for that fight. You can see the split coming through from Bloom already. He is a glue. He's the one looking to get on top of Uzin. Gets the Thorn Rose on a Yuichi. Has a little bit of damage. And right now you can see, oh, Traction Pulse pulls them back, but they get the damage. Uzin is down and out. And now they're looking for a little bit more. MOMENTO MORI caught off guard. AOG to try and catch Kingsta in place, but he can see with him on top of him, one after another. Make that a double in the hands of Yuichi. Joshi gets his hands on the turtle, and now Wade is next on the chopping block. Make that a triple kill, and another stack into the Sky Piercer. They going through, give him a maniac already, and yes, he does. Is it going to be a savage? He gets a savage in the Land of Dawn. Yuichi, off the back of a play from a turtle, is able to get 5 kills in a row. Just when you thought they were down and out, Rain make it back. And now, with the momentum on their side, this is what they could use to propel themselves and get a victory and possibly a reverse sweep.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Woo! That savage is absolutely out of nowhere with Rain able to get that one. And I think Yuichi is gonna be absolutely oozing with confidence. Not just that, at this point, bro should be aura forming because they catch Sakamoto off guard once again. Thorn Rose comes through and he definitely is godlike indeed. Yes, Joshi's been sacrificed, but the carry has shifted completely to Yuichi with a 7-0-0. And now he's just moving around like he's the jungler of the team, catching in, invading, and getting all these buffs that he can.
Oh, indeed, this Savage was absolutely wild. And Yuichi is really pushing his team back into the action, back into being able to play this one out, because now knives are on their necks and they need to really focus, lock in, and I think Yuichi is definitely locked in. I think he is so locked in actually that I think he is locked in for the rest of his team, because right now it's all on his back.
It definitely is. We were talking about a reverse sweep and everyone else as well, but you can see that's working out. Traction pulls him back, but he has the Rondo to get our harm's way. AOG to try and create the separation. Now Sakamoto's caught in the thick of it as they're going down. You can see Bloom is on top of him as well. Circling comes through. Wade's gonna be the target. He's the first one down. They're looking for a little bit more. Yuichi wants blood. He smells blood in the water. Who said sharks are only in the river and the ocean? He definitely is in the land of dawn. For the side of Rain, looking to take away Memento Mori one at a time.
Oh, they did indeed. Memento Mori were trying to fight their way back into the game, but this wasn't the moment when you want to do that. I think you need to slow it down, let Loloi scale up, and Slarky hit his power spikes, because even though early game was looking good for you, right now Slarky is in trouble.
This guy's an absolute monster. He's 9-0-0 on a Granger. Somebody's got to stop him. He can't get away with it. This is murder in the land of dawn. Memento Mori have no answers for his Granger right now.
It's super hard for them to log him in. You don't really have anything except Sakamoto, and Sakamoto will probably not be hitting those because he is pretty far ahead. Yuichi is always sniping from the back and he still is frequently available, so how to get on him if you are Sakamoto? Of course, Yuzin can give him some damage, and Slarky could be the one getting on top of him as well, but how to hit those spears in the thick of the fights, how to get it through, how to put it on Yuichi when Rain knows who their carry is and they will protect him by the cost of their lives.
Cost of their lives and a lot of feeding going to the hands of Yuichi. He is looking buff. He is definitely looking like all eyes are on him, and when the light is bright, Rain shine the brightest, and at this point you can see they are under a lot of pressure, but playing there like there's none. Joshi trying to catch Uzin. Thorn Rose makes it our harm's way, but the damage coming in from Yuichi is just way too much. This Granger is putting a lot of pressure, trying to shoot these bullets, and now Kingsta goes in with the guiding wind as well. Sakamoto trying to catch him off guard. Slarky comes in with the SOD, and now here he is. The Circling Eagle gets two-man knock up. AOG trying to catch him in place. He goes with the enhanced sword. He's not able to get a single kill. They overextended. Bloom and Kingsta are down and out, and now Memento Mori having the space created. Understand that Yuichi cannot really do much without his frontliners. They are able to create the space. They're able to buy themselves some more time. But still, with the Lord being up, this has been crucial. The timing that they come through with has not been great at all. But Uzin here overextending. They're catching Joshi in place. He might make it out. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. It's back and forth, but there's the AOG coming in from Mia, and he gets caught off guard and instantly burst down with the help of the DPS coming out from a double marksman composition. Yuichi can only stand and watch as they have to sacrifice the Lord once again. But will he get this kill? He has to. That's not a charged up. He doesn't want to use it. And at this point, looks like Memento Mori are not just playing them. They're playing this game to utmost perfection with a macro and their timings.
I mean, look at Loloi, he has only one death on his belt. Right now we are moving into another fight though.
Oh my god, Kingsta looking like he has to get out of harm's way. Flickers out, SOD connects, and now Wade along with Slarky, they're able to get one after another. He's on a killing spree himself. This has been a display of the goal laners. Bloom gets caught out in no man's land, trying to go on top of Loloi, but gets taken down. And look at who's into the back line. He's trying to catch somebody off guard. As nobody home, Sakamoto just dumping ever so dominant with that AOG, and now they have to respect that damage. They have to respect the CC coming through as one after another. They're falling like dominoes, and that 3.5k goal lead has been reduced down to less than 1,000.
Turret has been destroyed.
The goal lead is gone, it doesn't really matter, and the thing is that right now, moving into this part of the game, right, 11-minute mark, 30,000 on both sides, probably most of the heroes will be hitting 3-item power spikes pretty soon, or are already at those, and might be hitting their 4th-item power spikes pretty soon. If you look at Granger, for example, he's not the best example right now, because he's super far, and Mega kills Slarky, he doesn't care! 1v2, bring them on!
That's Donata coming through as well. Joshi trying to make it out of harm's way. He has the enhanced sword. Will he make it out? He goes in with that, and he can see he tries to, but Uzin comes into the party along with Loy as they're able to get that kill for themselves. And now 2 down and out. Joshi, this is where he needs to show up. The Grim Reaper hasn't been himself the entire series, and now needs to show up when his team needs him the most. Rain, off the back of Yuichi, have been walking through and try to get this game under control, but he can see, oh my god, Uzin is just styling. He wants Yuichi, but he doesn't. He overextends. He styles a little too much as Yuichi's able to get that kill, and now Slarky gets caught off guard. Wind of Nature trying to survive with the help of a Flicker as well, and he gets to the SOD, but you can see Circle Eagle comes through, and finally will get shut down in the hands of Mio, as now Yuichi's trying to get more. He is there, and on top of him is Bloom. Sakamoto gets pulled back, gets a taunt as well. Laloy left unchecked, but again, he is legendary. Give him a double indeed. Nobody can stop this Granger at this point, because Laloy's the only one left standing, and the rest of Rain are marching down the mid lane to try and end it all.
It's just so unfortunate that Uzin broke his hands on that play on the bottom side. I think he was thinking to himself that it's super safe, that nothing can happen even if he dies, but unfortunately everything crumbled after that, and it, from a point where it was super clever from MEMENTO MORI, now it's slipping out of their hands, and even though Yuichi will get probably outskilled by Slorky and Loloy, I think it's not there yet. I think you still need to scale a bit.
They definitely need to scale a bit. We want to see them go past the 15-minute mark, right? That's when they're more important, more prone to trying to shout a lot of damage. But look at Uzin, man. He might steal away the Lord, but he doesn't this time. Gets the retribution in the hands of Joshi, but Sakamoto tries to go in for caught up. As you can see, the damage is way too much. That's a 10 Skypiercer stack coming through as well in the form of Yuichi. It is a lot of damage, a lot of true damage nonetheless. But right now, Slarky is the one that they're looking at. Slarky and Laloy have the gold, have the damage, and they can really be the cornerstone that MEMENTO MORI are looking for.
It got stopped. He got stopped by something. AOG wasn't happening.
It wasn't indeed. They go in with a guiding win. Kingsta trying to find the opening indeed.
Would this
and
be
now
the end?
MEMENTO
Can they
MORI
push back into the series?
Yeah, and now you can see, oh, they get the knock up onto him in the back line. They find another. Wade goes down and out. Laloy dishing out the damage, takes away Bloom. SOD connects, catches Kingsta by the Wind of Nature. Yuichi goes down in the hands of the Moskov. He gets a shutdown indeed. And now one after another, give him a triple kill. Joshi got him down, but that is a full 5-man wipeout. And that is why MEMENTO MORI understand the assignment, understand what needs to be done, but a lot of pressure as Rain get their hands on all 3 inhibitors almost. And now with the rest of MEMENTO MORI marching down mid lane, will they be looking to end?
I don't know. Can they end? Can they tank? They need to. They need this minion alive. Sakamoto is tanking. Can go for the end? Bloom is alive though. Oh, you don't look for that, unfortunately, but for a second, it looked like MEMENTO will cement themselves in history with 3-0. But not yet, not yet.
Not yet, indeed. It's looking difficult. It's looking dire. And now, Rain.
I mean, can you...
Again, man.
I mean, can you really say it's looking there? Like, it's looking the best it has ever looked in this game so far, because MEMENTO MORI not really the best early game for them. Rain was taking over, and right now they are back into the game. Their carries are hitting the power spikes, and Slarky could be swapping his shoes for another item, and that's right what he did. He is full build, and the most full build he can ever be.
Oh, as a viewer and as an avid lover of MLBB, it's absolute display, and it's an absolute utter happiness that we will get out of this one, but doesn't look like so for either one of these teams. Then Slarky catches Yuichi and snipes him down with the SOD and Spear of Misery combo, and now one after another. This is an opening that Uzin and the rest of MEMENTO MORI are looking for, and they're trying to get them down. And now you can see Loloy dishing out the damage. Joshi and the rest of Rain will have to run away. A slight bit of a misposition from Yuichi could cost them the entire series at
Bloom
this
is dead.
point. As Uzit is going through, Bloom is down and out. Memento Mori marching their way through. They want a recall. Will
You need
they
to
be
kill
able
the
to do
minions.
it? And yes, they are. It is the base crystal that left them exposed. And that is the one cannon minion. They're trying to clear it with all their life,
still alive.
but they're not able to indeed. Memento Mori able to get the victory in a 3-0 sweep.
What just happened? What just happened, Kronos? They did it! They did it! No reverse sweeps, nothing!